All right, so we just kind of wanted to come back and let you guys know a little bit about the process that Megan went through with the Hruska Clinic. So it is definitely an integrated process, as I kind of mentioned before. So we worked with therapists at the Hruska Clinic, but they also worked in conjunction with Dr. Heidi Weiss on the vision side, and then also Dr. Hull on the dentistry side for Megan's ALF, and also some other oral splints. But it's such an integrated process with the therapists and vision and dental and whatever else there may be, orthotics with shoes, and it's just so imperative that everyone is on the same page, and just kind of the cohesion just has to be there for success. Megan would call in, and they would email or call us and let us know, hey, how's it going? Do you need, are your exercises going good? Do you feel like, you're not able to accomplish them? Everybody being on the same page in conjunction with one another. Megan would have an appointment with Dr. Hull for the dentistry side, and she would call back to the Hruska Clinic and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing here. Do you need to see me after this gets put in? And, when everyone's on the same page in communication with one another, and the cohesion is there, it just runs so smoothly, and your progress will just be so much quicker. And that's where, Megan, you should probably talk about just how imperative it is to continue with your
right.
therapies and be diligent with them.
Right, like Mike said, it's definitely a process. Nothing has an overnight miracle kind of worker, in this process. It's something you have to put your hard work into. Your therapist will always put in 100% for you.
For sure.
They care about you. They understand you. They will always be looking forward with you, forward thinking of your next step. So they'll be with you the entire way. But what you have to do on your end is just put in the time and the work, even though some of it may feel uncomfortable or different, or you're not sure how you feel, or you're not sure if you're seeing any changes. More than likely, I can pretty much promise you are, but your therapist will know this already before you probably even get to your next appointment. But it's just about dedication and just always thinking of your end goal. I mean, for me, I was an extreme case, so it did take me a couple of years to go from wheelchair to walking. I went wheelchair, walker, cane, and now I'm fully functioning again. But so that is why it did take me a little bit longer, but I dedicated myself every single day, and was very faithful to the program. And when you're faithful to the program, you are delivered results, and they're results that you definitely cannot chase yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We tried before we knew of the program, and usually it kept setting me back even further. And so it's just basically about commitment and trusting your therapist and communicating with them. And I mean, they will not steer you wrong.
Not to mention, like Megan said, she was an extreme case. I think it's important to remember that, we traveled the country. We went all over searching for answers, and we had none. And in the process, spent tens and 20s and 30 thousands and thousands of dollars. Way more than it would have been if we had just come to the Hruska Clinic in the initial beginning. And I mean, you're talking every specialist under the sun. I'm not even going to try and name them off. If you say it, we've done it. So I think that's important to remember, and it's also important to remember, like Megan said, again, she was an extreme case, so the 2 years, it may or may not take that long. Megan had like the collective autonomic sensory processing, all these collective symptoms under the umbrella, under the sun. That was her, in a nutshell. So a lot of these people we've seen get better from the Hruska Clinic.
Really quick.
They had a lot of symptoms like Megan,
Right.
but not everything that she had. So it didn't take them 2 years as it took Megan. A lot of these patients, don't need a wheelchair, and so just think of the head start you have over what she had. So that's always has always been encouraging for me to think about other people as they've come to, we've come out to help other people, or say, hey, you've got to get to the Hruska Clinic because that's where you need to be. And like, yeah, but oh my gosh, it took you 2 years. Well, yeah, but look how bad she was.
If
I was
they can
bathing
help
her.
me, they can help anybody. I mean that from the bottom of
And
my
even
heart.
if you think that you're worse than Megan as an extreme case, they can still help you. I guarantee it. No one else in the country will, unless they've been trained by the Hruska Clinic.
Right.
And I say say that with complete confidence, with my whole heart. I truly believe that. But yeah, so the financial thing is just, you got to think, if it's whatever, it doesn't matter what number is here, because the other numbers out there are far going to surpass what this one place will
and
do.
not just that, but you absolutely cannot put a price on getting your life back.
Absolutely.
I think that's completely invaluable, that you absolutely can't put a price on that.
And as far as staying, to kind of go back here, with staying in communication with all the parties involved, the therapists and the outside parties, whether it's vision or dental or whatever it is, that's imperative. But it's also important to remember not to get, like you were saying, to kind of just chill out and not expect overnight results.
Right.
Like an Advil for a headache or something like that, right? Because it takes time. But I think it's important to remember, especially for you, it was so hard. It was weird. Things felt so weird when therapies would work. They felt so weird to Megan, because you got to think, she didn't even remember what normal felt like. She hadn't felt normal for years.
Right. Yeah, that's so true. And I also think it's very important in this process, if you're able to, and if you have the means to bring a support person, they will end up probably being just an extra means of remembering things, helping encourage you, understanding the process. When you have someone with you that also understands the process, like I was so lucky to have with my husband, it was an encouragement to me, and having him back me helped push me forward too. And so I really encourage that you do have someone involved in the process with you.
Yeah, a good support system is awesome, but I think it's really important to note that whether you do or don't have a good support system, every single therapist at the Hruska Clinic is the utmost professional, kind, generous, and understanding, compassionate therapist that you could possibly have.
Absolutely.